Facebook Live. Hello, hello. We are back on another episode of Ask AG, hashtag Ask AG for a Wednesday night. And don't forget, if you're catching this after we are no longer live, then don't stress, you can still ask questions. Feel free to pop them in the comments section and we will definitely be able to answer those questions for you, even if we're still not live. Guys, we've got people jumping in straight away tonight. That is awesome. Caleb has jumped on board. Will Visser is in the house. Thanks, guys. Thanks for checking it out. Really appreciate it. Another Wednesday night, another chance for anybody to ask any question they like, especially questions around small business, entrepreneurship, startups, doing your own thing, work, career, management, whatever it might be. Could be even what's an awesome book to read right now. And Will Visser has sent me this absolute ripper, unwritten by Jack Delosa. Big thumbs up to Will Visser for sending me a copy of this book. Cannot wait to get stuck into this one. If you don't know who Jack Delosa is, then check him out. Jack Delosa on Facebook or at Jack Delosa on Snapchat. Actually, it's pretty much at Jack Delosa on any social media platform. Awesome book. Big thanks to Will for sending that one through. Can't wait to get stuck into it. How have you guys been? How's your week been so far? It is Wednesday. We're here. Open for Business HQ. It's not that exciting, but it's the home office and that's where we do the show from. So appreciate everybody jumping on board. We've got a few more people viewing now. Justin's jumped in. Thanks, mate. Guys, if you've got any questions, if you've got any comments, chuck them in the comments section. I think there's another, I don't know whether Facebook Live's got it here in Australia, not or yet, but you can actually like and heart and put all the new Facebook emoticons in a live stream now too. They'll pop up on the screen and float. So if you want to give this live stream a bit of a thumbs up, do that, and you'll be able to see what it does. The little thing pops up on the screen. Let me know if that's actually available, guys, because it may not be yet. These things tend to take a bit of time to roll out across the social platforms. Will says, weak with the flu, getting killed. Mate, it's that time of year. We're heading into flu season, aren't we? Hopefully not many of us get it, because it's not too much fun. Question coming, says Will. Thanks very much, Will. Looking forward to it. If anybody else has got a question, throw it straight into the comment section below. Looking forward to seeing what we come up with tonight. This week on the podcast, I only released the podcast last night, Tuesday night. So instead of it being out all day yesterday, it was only released yesterday. I was waiting on a new piece of content. I was waiting on a recording of a keynote that a presenter did at a local entrepreneurs meetup down in Melbourne, and couldn't get it sorted in time for this week's episode. But we do get a chance to talk to or hear from Frank Wyatt, who is the Managing Director at Enterprising Partnerships down in Melbourne. And they are a business that, along with the Victorian Government, run programs for young entrepreneurs and run lots of programs to get them started in entrepreneurship, help them build their startup, and do an absolutely fantastic job down there. So on this week's episode of the podcast, episode 28, we do hear from Frank, which is awesome. Millsy's jumped in. Thanks, Millsy. Thanks for checking out another Ask AG live. Now, at the end of last week's show, I asked you guys a question. If you were to start a business, or if you had a business idea, what would it be? So if anybody wants to remind me what their answers were to that question, throw them into the comment section below. If you've got a business idea, if there's a business that you'd love to run, if you're already running a business, let me know. Put it into the comments section, because it would be awesome to see what everybody's up to. Hopefully the comments and the questions are still loading, guys. Sometimes it takes a little while for them to come through on Facebook, but here we go. Will asks, how did the 7-day startup challenge go? It went really well, Will. Now, if people who aren't familiar with the 7-day startup challenge, it is an online challenge that's run by Dan Norris, who is an Australian entrepreneur, lives on the Gold Coast, founder of the 7-Day Startup, and many other startups. WP Curve, which is WordPress support system, 24/7 support for WordPress if you've got a WordPress website. He's also started his own brewery, Black Hops Brewing. So if you like your craft beers, then jump onto Google and type in Black Hops Brewery or Black Hops Dan Norris. Yeah, he's an awesome Aussie bloke. Catch him at the Dan Norris on Snapchat. And he's put together a 7-day startup challenge, which works on a different step each day for 7 days. And the idea is to get your startup, your business idea, whatever it might be, get it up and running in 7 days. And yeah, I just completed that. The way that he structures it is that he puts out different content each day. So the first day was choosing your idea. That was day one. Choose the idea, choose your project, whatever you want to work on. And the next day was choosing your minimum viable product. So what's the first product that you're going to release or launch? The day after that was choosing a name for the business. The next day was building a website. So it goes so on and so forth for 7 days. And Dan had a Facebook Live at the start of each day, 8 o'clock each morning. So he did a Facebook Live just like this. People were able to ask their questions and he was able to give them feedback and help them with their project. So that was really awesome as well. And I just worked on Open for Business. That was my project for the challenge. I got through most of it. Obviously, working full time, there was a little bit of conflict with the Facebook Lives, but it was really good. It's an awesome program. It's absolutely free. There's a free version and a paid version as well. And Dan runs them a couple of times a year. So if you want to get a startup running, check out Dan Norris, check out 7daystartup.com, and you can check it all out there and you can do it for free yourself. It's really good. Thumbs up. Definitely, if anybody is thinking of starting their own business, becoming an entrepreneur, launching a project, whatever it might be, definitely check it out. 7-Day Startup. Google that. Thanks, Will. Awesome question, mate. Really appreciate it. Brendan's jumped in. Thanks, Brendan. Going to switch hands here. Got to hold the phone out in front. The arm gets a little bit tight after a while. First world problems, guys. So thanks very much, Will, for that question. We've got, how many viewers have we got in the house? We've got 7 viewers on at the moment. Appreciate every single one of you. We've got 9 viewers. It's going up. Awesome to have everybody watching. Thanks very much. Guys, if you want to just say hey, have a bit of a shout out, pop your name in the comments section. Lauren's jumped in. Thanks, Lauren. Really appreciate it. Got a bit of a team here now. 10 viewers. We're still going up. That's awesome. Really appreciate it, guys. So, this week, I am also working on the first real opt-in or lead magnet for Open for Business. So, Will Visser says, you need a selfie stick, AG. I do. You could get a nice shot with the selfie stick. And I'd still have to hold it up though, Will. I'd still get a sore arm. I shouldn't complain. I've got a tripod over there in the corner. I could use that, couldn't I? But then sometimes the camera will be a little bit too far away and I won't be able to read all those awesome questions coming through. So yes, as I was saying, I'm working on the first opt-in and lead magnet for Open for Business, which if you're not sure what an opt-in is or a lead magnet is, that's the type of thing that if you're on somebody's website or Facebook page or a pop-up and they ask you to put in your email address and you will get their free startup guide or you will get an ebook or whatever it might be. It's them offering you something in return for you giving them their email. And pretty much any opt-in is often free. It's a way for people to collect email addresses, get people on board, and once you do give them your email address, if people's intentions aren't right, you will get spammed. Your email box will get spammed. But if it is something worthwhile, if it's something valuable, if you're signing up for the right type of thing, which you would be if you were signing up for anything Open for Business, then you are going to get that content, that ebook, that PDF, that startup guide, a link to a video, whatever it might be. You get that absolutely free. A lot of the times they just send it straight to your email inbox and you can go from there. So if it was, for example, a cooking show, then or cooking website, and the little pop-up box comes up, pop in your email address, and we'll send you a PDF of our 10 favorite recipes. And you pop in your email address, that will automatically send you the PDF of their 10 favorite recipes. That'll be yours to keep, absolutely free. But then they have your email address so that they can keep in contact with you. They can provide you with further content and so on and so forth. So that's what I'm working on at the moment, and it's got to provide some value. And you guys might be able to give me a little bit of feedback right now, because what I'm working on is a 5-step business building blueprint for anybody who is looking to start a project, start a business, build their first startup. If they want to become an entrepreneur, then this is a 5-step process to help you get started. And it's based around exactly what I'm doing with Open for Business and how I've started Open for Business and how I'm trying to build the business as well. Because if you're anything like me, you probably don't have $1 million to throw at starting up a business. And that's absolutely all right, because nobody's got $1 million to throw at a business. Especially if you're young, you're just starting out, you want to try an idea, you want to kick it around, you've got a product or a service that you think people might be interested in. The trick is to build a platform, a website, to get your MVP, your minimum viable product, to get it out there, to share it with the world, to get people saying, yeah, I'll buy some of that. And this process that I'm working on right now is all about sharing that 5-step process with you guys. How to create an MVP, how to build your first website. Real simple, easy stuff that costs you $0. You don't have to spend a cent. That's the beauty of the 5-step process that I'm working on. You don't have to spend a single dollar in order to get your first business out there and get some money rolling in. Will Visser, www.5bbb.com. Better check that one out. Big thumbs up to Will Visser. I'm going to check that one out. What's that about, Will? Give us a little bit of context around 5bbb.com. Want to know what that's all about. Jono has jumped in. Thanks, Jono. Really appreciate it, mate. Benny might be watching as well. Thumbs up to Benny if you are, mate. Appreciate everybody that jumps on and checks out Ask AG. Hopefully it gives you guys some sort of some context, a bit of information. Maybe it stirs some things up. Maybe it gets you guys thinking. That's what it's all about. That's what Open for Business is all about. Getting you guys to think about ways in which you can really do your thing. Do what you reckon you were put on this earth to do. That's basically it. Instead of working in a job that you don't enjoy, doing something, spending 5 days a week, 6 days a week doing something you don't enjoy, switch it up, challenge yourself, do something different, and take on the world in your own way. Will Visser says, 5-step business building blueprint, hopefully. Is that what you're suggesting I should build, Will, or is that something that already exists? Let me know. Now, talking about taking on the world and doing your own thing, guys, I have a short video that I want to show you right now, and it's a video that Gary Vee has put out. If you don't know about him, Gary Vaynerchuk, jump on YouTube, check him out. He's an absolute legend in the entrepreneur and business space. Does some absolutely awesome stuff. Will Visser says yes. I like it, Will. It will. I think the name. I put a little. What do you call it? A little poll out on Facebook and Twitter the other night, and I had 5 different names for the opt-in that I'm generating, the opt-in that I'm creating, and I asked people to vote on which one they liked the look of the most. Will Visser says, hopefully your domain for the 5BBB. Awesome idea. I like it, Will. Absolutely awesome feedback. We'll keep that in mind. I'm not sure whether I'm going to develop a whole new domain for it or not, but we'll definitely have a landing page. So I'll be working on that. I'll keep you guys updated. All right, so what I'm going to do, that's some nice light there. All right, I'm going to fire up this video because I want to show you guys this video from Gary Vee. It really sums up everything that Open for Business is about and trying to get you guys to think a little bit differently about career, about what you want to do, and about basically taking on the world. So I'm going to flip the camera around All right, here we go. Hopefully there won't be too much glare. Now, this video here, you can jump on and check it out on YouTube yourself. All you need to go is head to Gary Vee's YouTube channel, Being Patient and Grinding in Your Early 20s. All right, I'll make sure you guys can hear this nice and clearly.
Single reason I woke up today and have not and don't do weekend events, because that's my family time, and woke up this morning and got here today was to tell you one thing, which is I recommend it very seriously that you go home and think about the fact that you should probably allocate the next 3 to 4 years of your life to try to execute on the thing that you want to do for the fucking rest of your life. If you really want to do like the thing that drives you, that's when you get into the zone of like, cool, I don't need to live in the best place. Cool, I'll commute from a little further away. Cool, I'll team up with 4 or 5 people and sleep on a couch. And I think that that to me is the part that's most interesting. The reason I'm willing to trade is because I know how awesome it feels to do what you love. It's what I've been able to do my whole life.
So there we go. Are we back? Not quite sure what happened there. It said that the broadcast had paused. Let me know if you're there, guys. Are we back? Still says we've got 7 viewers. Chuck a few comments in to the comment section there, guys. Give me a big thumbs up if it's still coming through loud and clear. Not quite sure what happened there. Technical glitch that comes with live streaming. Anyway, I hope you could hear that quick little video that was put up by Gary Vee. If you didn't quite catch it all, then jump over to YouTube and check it out. Being patient and grinding in your early 20s. Basically, to wrap a bit of context around that story, what he's saying is a lot of young people these days, and it's not just young people, but a lot of people these days don't have the audacity to really go out and do what they want to do, so to speak. Like, society is set up in such a regimented way that we go through school, when we get through high school, we've got to do our exams, we've got to do really well on our exams in order to be able to get into the university degree that we want to get into. We want to get into, Will's saying the video is frozen. Hopefully it's back on and working okay. Apologies for that, guys. Sorry that it's a little glitch there. But if we're back on, I'm gonna wrap up here for tonight. So basically, the point that I wanted to get across was that everything's so regimented these days in that you go to school to finish high school, you finish high school, you've got to do really well to get into university, you've got to get into university to do a degree that you think you want to have a career in for the rest of your life, and you've got to do that really well in order to get the job that you want to get. But the way that things are now, even if you do have that university degree, and I'm not saying that it's not important to have a university degree, but even having a university degree doesn't guarantee you that you're going to get the job that you want to have after you finish university. And then after that, you've got to work in that job, work your way up. So what he's saying is that people often don't give themselves enough credit, don't take it on themselves in order to do something outside of the norm, to challenge the norms of society, so to speak, these days, and do something of their own, start their own business, create a startup, create a non-for-profit, whatever it might be. Oftentimes, we feel like we have to follow the crowd. We've got to get that job. Obviously, everybody needs a job, and it can be tough. But if you have an idea, guys, if you have a product, if you have a service, if you've got the solution to a problem, if you've got something that you're super passionate about, then make sure you follow that through. Don't let it slide. Make sure that you work on that and really try and build it into something. It may be a business, it may not be, but whatever it is, if you've got a passion for something, if there's something that you really want to do, or you have the skills that could help other people, make sure you try and follow that through. Do something with it and really take it on board and run with it. And then we get back to that, the saying, the magic happens outside your comfort zone. So if you want to do something special, guys, follow it through, give it a go. What's the worst that can happen? People might say no. Bad luck. That doesn't hurt. Doesn't hurt if people say no. Just keep trying. Give it a go, and the magic will happen. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap it up there for tonight. Thanks everybody for watching. It still says I've got a few viewers, but the comments have dried up quite quickly. So hopefully you guys that are still watching, it's not glitchy and it's all good. Thanks very much to everybody who jumped on tonight. Really, really appreciate it. Thanks to Will for throwing in his question. Really appreciate it. And guys, I have a question for you. This week's question is, have you ever done any live streaming? If you have, tell me what sort of live streaming. I want to know, have you done Facebook Live before? Have you used Periscope, Meerkat, MeVee? There's a lot of different live streaming platforms out there, and I want to know if you guys have used any yet and what you think of them. Is it cool? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Let me know. Drop it in the comment section below. I will be there right after this show to answer any questions and comments that come through, and I will see you guys next week, 8:30, for another episode. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.